Hey guys, welcome back. South 10 Beer Reviews. I'm Tyler. Got another beer review tonight. This is going to be another one from 18th Street Brewery. This is going to be their Rubicon, and this is a West Coast IPA. Coming in at 7.2%. Really cool art on this. I like it. I don't really know for sure what's going on. It's got some like dragons on there, and like some like looks like zombie-like people at the bottom. I don't really know. But yeah, West Coast IPA, 18th Street Breweries out of Hammond, Indiana. They make some tasty stuff. I've had a few of their beers. Yeah, I don't know if there's an ABV on the can here. What is up with these? I just did another review of King Sue, and it didn't have the ABV on the can, or that I could find. What is up with that? I just saw a review from Joe, from Joe's Arcade, and he was doing a Treehouse beer and it didn't have the ABV on it. And he raised a pretty good question, like, how is this even, like, possible? Like, why is this a thing? Anyway, according to Untappd, it's 7.2%. Whatever. I don't know why they would not put the ABV on the can. Untappd is giving it a 3.74. It says West Coast IPA with Amarillo and Centennial hops. So, two good hops. One of them old school, one of them a little newer school. Newish. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get this in a glass here. I love me a West Coast IPA. So, alright. Crystal clear. Nice. It looks more amber on camera, but from where I'm looking at it, it's like a deep gold. I don't know if... I think it's just because of the... I don't know what it is, but I don't know if you can tell. Like, it's not as dark as it looks on camera. For whatever reason, yeah, the camera's showing it like it's an amber ale, and it's not. But anyway, it looks nice. Yeah, it's like a deep gold. You got about a finger ahead there. Bright white. Eggshell white even. Looks like we're going to get some nice sticky lacing on there. Finger of head though. Let's go ahead and shove our nose in it. Let's see if it smells like a West Coast IPA. Yeah, it does actually. Smells quite nice. The weird, it's got like a. This you might think this sounds weird, but it's got like a wet dog smell to it, and I don't know if that's a combination of that Centennial and the Amarillo, or what, or maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But aside from that, you do get your typical West Coast IPA aromas. I'm getting, some grapefruit, some pine. The pine is on the lighter side. It's not as prevalent as it is in some other West Coast IPAs, but it's there. It's a little bit of like a... a little bit of orange, a little bit of like maybe some pineapple in there. You guys are probably I literally say pineapple in every video, and I feel like that should be a thing, like hashtag pineapple. I don't know. I feel like you can get that like on any IPA though. I feel like almost all the hops have some sort of, or all hop combinations. I feel like some of, like they put off a pineapple type thing. I don't know if that's just me or what, but there is a caramel sweetness in there as well. And the thing I say a lot is when I get West Coast IPAs, that caramel malt plays with those hops a little bit and kind of gives them like almost like a candied fruit type characteristic or whatever. So like candied orange or and it's just that sweetness that's playing with those fruit aromas. Yeah, other than that, it's nothing. It's not exploding out of the glass or anything like that. It's nothing crazy. It smells like a West Coast IPA. I mean, I've had other West Coast IPAs that are more explosive on the nose. I've had other ones that are less. So, it's just kind of right there in the middle. Let's go ahead and taste it, everybody. Cheers. All right, so one thing I will say is it's very crisp, very clean. It's dry. The hop flavor, though, is not like off the chain or anything. I mean, you still get the hop flavor of like grapefruit and pine, and maybe a little bit of that orange thing. But other than that, the only other thing I'm really getting is like a little bit of like a bready malt and then that caramel sweetness in there. And it's not super heavy on the caramel sweetness. Like I'm looking at it, like it doesn't look like it was very heavily. It doesn't look like they used a ton of crystal malt in it. Usually you can tell. It usually gives off like a reddish or like an amber type hue if you use a lot of it. So I don't think they're using a lot, but it's noticeable. I mean, I'm getting that on the flavor. I don't know if they used some other malts. Like, they probably used a base malt like two-row. I don't know if they use anything else like a Munich or anything like that, but it's giving off a little bit different malt character than I feel like you would see in like a typical West Coast IPA. I don't want to say it's different. It's just more noticeable, I guess you could say. Like I'm noticing that more than I am the hop flavors. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's a safe beer. I don't know how old this is though, because 18th Street doesn't doesn't date their cans for whatever reason. I'm not going to go on a Greg's beer reviews rant, but I mean, you got to start wondering though, like when you got these breweries that are putting out, consistently distributing beers, there's no reason that a date shouldn't be on the can. I mean, there's really no reason. And I'm not like gonna harp on it, but it is something that should be important to most breweries that are putting out or distributing their beer. I mean, because for two reasons. One, we as the consumer will know how old the beer is and decide whether we want to purchase it or not. The other reason being, if the beer doesn't have a date on it and the retailer leaves it on a shelf for a year, and then somebody goes to this store and is like, oh, this looks like a good beer, let me try it, and then they get it and it tastes like shit, like, that doesn't help the brewery out at all. I mean, so, it is what it is. I'm not going to harp on it anymore. But, it's clean beer. It's safe. There's nothing, they're not taking a risk with it at all. It's as advertised. It's got a little bit of that bitterness in there that you would expect out of a West Coast IPA. You do get a little bit of that crystal malt character in there. And then you get typical, like, grapefruit and pine. With a little bit of like orange or maybe pineapple in there. So it's safe. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm happy to drink it. It's a good beer. It tastes good. It's just not going to blow your hair back. So that's it. I've rambled a lot in this one. And I've only had one other beer, so I'm not, under the influence or anything. But anyway, I guess I just felt like talking to you guys. It's 4th of July. Fireworks going crazy outside right now. I'm so dreading that any moment the baby's going to wake up. or the dogs are going to start barking or whatever. But anyway, guys, hope you're all having a good 4th of July. I know this is going to be posted after the holiday, but yeah, anyway, let me know if you had this beer. Let me know if you like this style of beer. I would love to talk to you guys about it and chit-chat back and forth. Other than that, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, everyone.